Hi everyone, welcome to our group presentation. This is our group member Zhiwei, Bowen, Miao, Ning, and Yu. We begin by acknowledging the original landscape of the Wolli Creek on which we present today and pay our respect to their Aboriginal past and present. The area around the Vedio Creek Cook River is one of the largest river catchments in south of Sydney. There are various types of open space around the catchment, and the river flows from west to the east towards the Cook River and eventually to Botany Bay. Wolli Creek is an important bushland and endangered ecological haven in Sydney southwest. The study area linked to significant Great initiative linked to the Cook River Open Space Corridor at the backstone to the M5 corridor.
The Greater Sydney Ecological and Hydrological Corridor is a major contributor to urban livability and comfort. In order to create a prosperous, sustainable, and integrated Sydney with a natural environment, the government has proposed corresponding goals and solutions from multiple aspects. We hope this presentation is to showcase to everyone a better understanding of the impact process between different elements of the site and how these changes are interconnected with the vision. Only 2% of the surrounding residents in the selected area are Aboriginal people. The main economic transition of this area is from fisheries to agriculture, manufacturing, and real estate. The number of houses from west to east shows an increasing and decreasing trend. Determine 5 visions and goals through 5 documents, namely economic development, connecting countries, livability, connectivity, and sustainability, protect creek and its surrounding environment, improve roads and connections between people and rivers, and provide livable and sustainable communities for people.
This is the analysis of the connection with countries. The people of Vaga and Gadia lived in the Wolli Creek, watched for 4,000 years of unity, the 1713. When Europe invited from the Cook River, watched breaking up their river life, there are still a lot of cultural relations in Wolli Creek, such as stone doors, shells, and reserves are used in the past after the 2013. Government factories and roads were planted, resulting in the great people not feeling struggling about connecting with the country. This area has a large number of the breeds and the bats that have lived in the Wolli Creek for a long time, and the middle part of the Wolli Creek has been laid out as the road so that the people have a strong feeling of the country in nature. In the 2113, the Wolli Creek has retired a large number of the negative tree species, red-tide trees, cedar, peppermint, and beech tree. This is analysis of people's activities of the connecting with the country in Wolli Creek. The origin part of that there are 3 times of connecting with the country activity: the kayaking, rookie clubbing, and lived in the mountains for extended periods of time. The real part is that Aboriginal culture, communities, and animal habits are exciting in the Wolli Creek. However, connecting with the country does not have a straight cultural commuting, but the animal habits is well protected. The blue part is that its water has been one of the most polluted in the past and in the still one of the most polluted in the present, and with a lot of industrial pollution and a lot of household waste. This is an analysis heritage of the Wolli Creek. The origin part is the cultural heritage, which is mainly for the preservation and continuation of the past heritage, connecting with the history and culture with the model species, especially the heritage around the river, and origin the working place for tourism to connect with people to the cultural heritage. The green part is the natural heritage different from past natural parks and rivers.
Wolli Creek, one of the Upcooks River tributaries, carries one of the largest catchments in southern Sydney, resulting in a wide variety of green open spaces that can be supported around the creek. Along the northern bank of the creek, the government has planned a belt of nature reserves, which are an important part of Sydney's Green Grid program. The main reason for the formation of Wolli Creek is that the terrain on both sides of the river is high and the terrain in the middle is low. Rainwater flows through the ridges to the valleys, forming a catchment area. From 1881 to the present day, the water level of the river has risen, and the overall shape has also undergone certain changes. This is due to the demand for road construction and the erosion of rivers. For example, the course of the creek itself was also modified in the 1940s with the construction of the Hotel Low Avenue Bridge. A bend in the course of the creek was replaced by a straight channel beneath the center of the new bridge.
The West Wolli Creek corridor features a mainly flat low-lying landscape with gentle undulation, ranging from 30 to 40 meters in elevation according to the Australia heights, the term typical of ashfield shale terrain. Progressing towards the corridor center, Wolli Creek and the Bodwell Creek cuts through an underground sandstone and a shale plateau, forming incest gullies. As we near the confluence of Wolli Creek, the topography remains relatively flat and low, around 5 to 10 meter HD, gently sloping towards the Bethany Bay. The Cook River drainage features are influenced by the ridgeline in the area. They are built on the Wolli Creek Trail only where there are significant changes in terrain, preserving the original landscape to the greatest extent possible for connectivity. This will help to provide strong senses of country when people walk here. However, human activity has led to substantial modification of the land in central and the northeastern part of Project Corridor due to the land recreation and industrialization. Wolli Creek has a frequent flooding event, mainly based on the valley topography of the terrain, which results in a high susceptibility to ponding, and the Wolli Creek water would rise, so the river area was H6 rated hazard. However, the terrain is high on both sides, so both are concentrated in H1 and H2 ratings.
The river area is also soils, and the river is surrounded by Hawkesbury sandstone soils. The eastern portion of the project corridor will include the St. Peter's Interchange, which is located on the site of the former Alexandria landfill. The landfill was formerly a brick pit that gradually filled with waste over the decades. This is a question worth thinking about when we want to revitalize the ecology of the river basin. Bardwell Valley Park and the Wolli Creek Corridor is a density vegetated riparian corridor that helps promote biodiversity and habitat. It has different open areas like parks, forest trails, and a golf course. The view of the place is a bit limited. Most of the park has leftover forests and rocky plants like Sydney sandstone and closed forest. Mangroves and associated salt marshes fringe the creek in the estuarine stretch of the creek up to the Henderson Street Weir. Off-stream wetlands adjoin the creek close to Henderson Street and west at Hartill Avenue. Many kinds of birds live there. This forest pie serves as a clear transition between the suburbs around the station and the creek-side suburbs of Bardwell Park and Arcliff.
Infrastructure and public facilities are necessary to support local communities in order to achieve planning goals and improve livability. The research area has upgraded its road network, parking lots, and street views, as well as added hospitals, libraries, and other public facilities. In addition, several flood control and rainwater management projects have been proposed. This map identified the new drainage system. According to city regulations, new embankments will be built to prevent overflow in lower terrain. The research area used to be mainly industrial and low-density residential areas with a large amount of farmland and green space. Since the early 2000s, there have been changes in land use. Nowadays, most of the surrounding area of Wolli Creek are divided into B4 mixed-use and R3 residential areas. However, residential activities and industrial areas mainly impact river water quality, and the terrain will carry runoff into the river. In addition, the behavior of humans and livestock, as well as the invasion of weeds, have had adverse effects on river ecology.
This is an analysis of the transport of the 1933 Wolli Creek, which focuses on connectivity. The yellow part is that heavy in single connectivity and single modal and transportation with only modal rail and automobile connectivity is link. The pink part is that there is length of the connectivity with also the source of the river. The quickly of the construction of the roads is in, and the connecting roads in the river area are broken. The green part is that there is length of the connecting along the greenways along the river with no established working and parking roads. The last one is coffee color, a factory area from 1943, where quarries and other factory will establish the kerosene service pollution of the river. I compare the history with our maps about the transport. For example, the yellow part regional connectivity was upgraded and upgraded from the single model of the transportation to concrete models of the transportation. 2D model for river and bus upgraded the greenways for working and parking and the M5 motorway for express lanes. The topography of the river valley, the river and the M5 motorway are building on this land, reduce environmental impacts, but there is a disruption of open space connection in the river area. For example, the pink part, the section on the bridge of the pink road have been added to grace the river, improving the connecting between the north and south banks of the river. For example, the green part, graded has been added around the F5 motorway.
The previous building types in the research area were mostly low-density residential buildings and single-function factories with large open spaces. Wolli Creek has provided opportunities for the development of the economy to a certain extent. In order to adapt to population and economic development, a series of low-density houses have been built in the northern part of the current Wolli Creek surrounding area. Many medium to high-density mixed-use apartments have been built in the southeast, and an industrial zone has been added in the northeast. To enhance connectivity between the two banks of the creek, accommodate urban development needs, and conform to the contour layout, the road network around Wolli Creek has significantly improved accessibility compared to the past, resulting in a much tighter interconnection between road networks. Due to changes in the road network, varying urban development requirements for building functions, and the contour layout, the blocks around Wolli Creek have become more subdivided than before, leading to alternations in building functionality.
This is a section of the Wolli Creek. First, let's talk about sustainability. In Section B and Section C, it's clear that a lot of vegetations have been added on both sides of the river, especially in lower reaches of the river, which facilitates conservation of the soil on both sides of the valley. Second, let's talk about connectivity. We also see a lot of disparate motorway being replaced by taller building and footpaths, which facilitates the development of the green grid of the Wolli Creek, but there are still limitations to accessibility throughout the park, including limited from entrance or access points, and steep turns, and barriers such as imperceptible bushes or overgrowth trendline corridors. Lastly, let's talk about livable. Most of housing has been built on general sloping area, with green growth along the Wolli Creek acts as a buffer between people and the river, providing good open space.
The study area is located downstream of Wolli Creek, with a flat terrain. The research area used to be an industrial area and a park with fewer internal roads. We can see that the roads network has become more dense, reduced people's commuting time and distance. The roads in the park adapt to terrain changes and create a riverside scenery for pedestrians. The Wolli Creek train station was opened in the region in 2000, and a new public transportation system was added. It only takes more than 10 minutes to reach the city center, creating good accessibility. In order to meet the needs of economic and population development, the research area has been transformed from an industrial zone to a mixed commercial and residential area, with the first floor being commercial and the second and both floors being apartment buildings. Most are medium or high-density buildings with more than 10 floors. Wolli Creek's beautiful scenery enhanced the appeal of high-rise residential buildings. This plan aimed to facilitate the organized and efficient development of the Wolli Creek redevelopment area, while elevating the residential and commercial density around major transportation hubs.
As we cross Vedio Avenue Road, you will pass the Goldweight Lime Salt Marsh, which consists of small succulent plants that are nourished by the high tides of the Cooks River. Coastal salt marsh is an important and endangered ecological community that provides a valuable habitat for fish, crabs, and birds. It's clear that the indigenous people have used the pies with rock shelters containing garbage heaps and stone items, protecting the pies nature and forest plants through by having areas for management like bite hiding spots to protect local species, including bats. People can enjoy nature from the distance. The remaining forest combined with historical monuments forms a sharp contrast to the surrounding development urban nature. There's an opportunity to improve the landscape from the railway to the park. Currently, the creek and the riverside are degraded due to trains with garbage. Creating clear pathways will make sure the forest features are visible and users can experience the pies in different ways. Bardwell Park Station, vegetation cover along the river is low and the channel is meandering, as shown in the 1943 area map. But now the river channels have become smoother and vegetation cover has increased. Increased vegetation cover not only restores the site's ecology but also addresses severe flooding issues. Why do river causes change? Our guess is that the river is too widening, causing the river water to wash away the soil along the river bank, making the river bank unsuitable for plant growth.
This is an analysis of miracle urban form of Wolli Creek, basically no station, while the main north-south road break up the green road. This has led to the area have some good recreation areas that are not be well used to protect the mountains to north of the creek. The M5 highway tunnel ends here, and construction begin along the valley. The Wolli Creek Green Road protect aims to create walking and cycling paths along the valley and improve available open space along corridor. But here they are not well built due to the spatial connectivity. This is how the street types in the area had changed from 1943 to present. It looks like classical topology, but now it keeps all the original street. The newly constructed road, like dark blue lines, all follow the topography lines as well. In addition to the preservation of the green road plan around Wolli Creek, this is one of the reasons why the area has been provided.
This area is in the Kingsgrove area and is in the downstream area of Wolli Creek, where the river has narrowed so much that it's almost invisible. But the change is the block from 1943 to the present found the black more replicated. But the river hadn't changed much. A lot of open space has been created for new black areas. I focus on the three objectives: economic development, connectivity, and livable. The economic development part is that the transition to modern society in 1943, the establishment of the factory function and the area could lead to economic growth in the area surrounding the river. The river was also building in the middle part of the river, and the terrain was a river valley, which was more conducive to the establishment of large cycle factory areas. The connectivity part is that transportation on the side of the river was completely upgraded from having only major arterial roads and terrains. It has been upgraded to a double track train, motorways, and different levels and roads. The last one, the liver part, is that the green gold line was building around the M5 motorway, which led open space and green around the river. Moreover, the residential area around the river was expanded to increase the livable ability.